I found torn up remnants of a Plan B box in the kitchen garbage. My wife should have no reason to use emergency contraceptive because I had a vasectomy years ago. I don't know what to say to her. Hey everyone, I don't know what to do in this situation because I never expected I'd face something like this. I'm trying to stay calm and rational and examine every possibility, but I'm coming up seriously short here. I met my wife on Tinder at the end of 2015. We talked on and off for some time before she agreed to meet me. By the end of our first date, we found that we had so much in common that we even agreed we should have met a lot earlier. We were both into the same sport, we were both into the same books, and we both saw eye to eye on social and political matters. More than anything, we were both against the idea of having kids. I know, heavy topics for a first date. We were on a roll and just kept talking, and before we knew it, we were 3 to 4 dates ahead of the curve. At the very least, I held off on telling her about my vasectomy until the third. Her immediate reaction upon hearing about it was of an instant of shock, where she couldn't believe a young guy would get one. She immediately followed that by commending me for my conviction about being child-free. We dated and had a great time with few real arguments and eventually settled down with a big wedding and a big house. After getting married, if anything, our relationship has only gotten better. 4 nights ago was the first time I ever had any serious doubts about our relationship. My wife was out with a friend and I was doing some house cleaning. I was throwing away a bunch of semi-large garbage that can fit into bags, and so I took a few things out of the kitchen garbage bag to make everything fit into 2. At the bottom, I saw a light purple box where half of a lower case and an uppercase B were visible. I immediately recognized it for what it was, and reassembling the torn pieces just confirmed it. I had known that my wife was on her period because when I tried to initiate sex, she told me so. I found it odd because her previous period had ended just a couple of weeks before, and I made comment about the timing being odd. She told me it's just lady stuff and it happens sometimes. I figured it made enough sense and let the issue rest. I haven't told her that I found the box. When she got home that night, everything was normal. I tried to gauge how she was feeling or if she seemed like she was trying to hide anything, but couldn't find a single thing. The more time this simmers inside of me, the more the possibilities start springing to mind. What if she was assaulted? What if she was covering for someone else by bringing the box home and disposing of it here? What if she, for some reason, just felt pregnant randomly? Or what if she just cheated? I only know one thing for certain. Unless someone broke into our house to dispose of a box of Plan B and covered it with a bunch of other trash, she was the only person other than me who could have thrown it away. I don't even know how to ask her or how to bring it up. We have both expressed adamantly that cheating is ridiculous because if you're dissatisfied enough in a relationship to be unfaithful, you should just leave. I've done nothing to displease her, at least that I know of. But I feel like a coward for being unable to bring it up 4 days later just because I don't know how. I would like to preface this post with an apology. I know it has been nearly 3 weeks since I last posted. To be honest, in no world did I ever imagine people would continue to show so much interest in my situation. I've been online long enough to know that a few weeks here is like an eternity in the real world. Not to make excuses, but since my life just fell into the gutter, rolled into a drainage grate, took a trip through the sewer system, and then got eaten by that random ass giant spider from the original, I have legitimately not had the time or the heart to update you. Now to start where things left off. After making my original post, I combed through all the comments to find reasons as to why she might have torn up a Plan B box and thrown it into the garbage. A lot of them made sense. My greatest hope was that it might have just been old. Maybe it was before we even met. Clinging to that, I handwrote a flowchart of all the routes our conversation might take. I'm awful with confrontation and considered every possibility before bringing it up. What I would say in response and what I would do. I memorized them all. On the evening after I made my original post, I called her into the living room where she got home from the gym. As I had practiced, I asked her the following question. Hey, I'm not accusing you of anything, but could you tell me why there was a torn up Plan B box in the garbage? The second the words Plan B left my mouth, she immediately looked like she had been punched in the stomach. She was completely lost for words. I already knew at that point. I retained eye contact and repeated my question. Why was there a torn up Plan B box in the garbage? You know I had a vasectomy. She just mouth breathed, looked at me horrified. Then she looked at the floor. Then she started weakly sobbing. This was not on the flowchart. I had no idea how to respond. I thought if I let her cry it out a bit, she might give me a real answer. But she just kept sobbing. Finally, I prompted her with another question. Are you crying because you did something you regret? She shook her head violently. I was so concerned because I thought something horrendous might have happened. I'm crying because my husband doesn't even trust me. I have literally never seen a person that angry, let alone my wife. So I prompted her again. Just tell me why it was there. You don't have to hide anything from me. She yelled at me again repeatedly. If you don't trust me, this marriage is hopeless. Screw you for not trusting me. This line of questioning repeated itself until she told me to get out of the house. I refused and said that until she was upfront with me about why the box was there, I wasn't budging an inch. She then informed me that either I had to leave or she would leave. Since I doubted she had anywhere to stay, since her parents don't live anywhere near us, I agreed to go to let us cool down and have a rational conversation like adults later. I went to my best friend's house, the guy who was the best man at my wedding, and we got drunk and talked about everything but her. The following night, I texted her if she was ready to talk. She was not. Instead, she gave me an ultimatum. I had to 1. Apologize, 2. Promise to never bring it up again, and 3. Learn to trust her completely. Only then would she allow me back home. If I couldn't do all of the 3 above, she was done with me. I have not returned home, and we have now been no contact for over 2 weeks. I am wearing out my welcome at my best friend's house, who has been nothing short of amazing. I currently have a consultation with a lawyer arranged this afternoon. The lawyer will probably tell me I'm an idiot for leaving the house, and she'll probably be right, but the idea of ever stepping foot in that house again makes me sick to my stomach. There is legitimately nothing my wife could say to salvage this marriage. I am entirely numb to her, what she's doing, who she's with, or anything else even tangentially related to her. None of my family members know what happened, and as far as they're concerned, we're still the happy newlyweds. I'm holding off on saying anything until I'm calm and rational and won't do something I'll regret in the future. Yes, she cheated. Yes, the marriage is over. And yes, I feel awful about it. Honestly, I'm lost for words. This is not the outcome I expected. For her to jump straight to the "you don't trust me" response basically speaks for itself. If she had nothing to hide, she should have simply explained the reasoning for the Plan B being in the bin and then perhaps discussed being disappointed in you for not trusting her. I'm sorry for how things have worked out, but consider it a blessing that you no longer have to waste any time in that relationship. I hope you'll eventually get the full truth. Thanks for the update. Would be nice to hear a later update after you've spoken to the lawyers, maybe had some more info. Best of luck. She is not mad because you did something wrong, she's only mad because she got caught. Don't blame yourself, Chief. This got me. This was the exact same reaction my ex had when I told her I had seen some messages pop up her iPad earlier that morning. In spite of everything that happened between us, this moment still breaks my heart to look back on. Moving out might not have been the best move legally, but for your emotional well-being, it sounds like you're doing the right thing. There's no doubt your wife cheated, and I'm sorry. I'm even more sorry she's not even being decent enough to come clean. The way I found out did enough to confirm who and roughly when that I didn't feel a need to press for more details. but not knowing must suck. And that is the end of the video. I thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe and click the bell for more videos just like this one. Liking the video would be so appreciated. I hope to see you again for the next one. Bye!